Good evening. I am Hank. My wife Amy's over here. She's going to keep me honest because she is our family travel mastermind. Growing up, I thought staycations were awesome. I thought that was the thing to do, and I would travel to a couple states surrounding where I lived. I then met and married Amy, and I became a world traveler. So from a show of hands, how many people here love to travel? How many of you have been to Disney within the last 1 to 2 years? Last week. What if I told you you can travel to Europe for 6 weeks for the same cost of going to Disney for about 2 weeks? Would you be interested in hearing that? We'll get to that. We use travel as an opportunity to educate our children. We think it's very important to have hands-on learning. Here's my son Andrew, 7 years old, and my daughter Riley, who's 9 years old, looking at the Venus de Milo at the Louvre. They're both learning about this same statue in 2 different ways. We also love to visit national parks because it allows an opportunity to learn about the beautiful land that we have here in the United States. Not only that, we let them participate in a junior ranger program. It's an educational program that allows children to learn about the national parks, the beauty of it, and also make it a better place than when they left it. They also get really cool badges that they love to collect, and they have, I think, about like 30 of them now, which is awesome. They love it. We have a plaque with them on there. Why would you want to learn about Mount Rushmore or moose antlers from a book when you can actually do it in person? We go to places that are well known, like the Statue of Liberty, or to Bar Harbor, Maine, and do some tide pooling and learn about sea creatures. We also do other things that are unique besides just visiting state and national parks. Amy planned an awesome road trip that was 3 weeks in length. She headed out towards Denver, taking some of the northern state route to show the children the sites that coincided with an audiobook that they listened to called Little House on the Prairie. She stopped at numerous sites and they learned about it, became educated. I flew into Denver, stayed for 2 weeks. I flew back and she drove back the southern track. They also stopped at the Field of Dreams and the Badlands National Park along the way, just to name a few. We also believe that children should learn about different cultures. That's why we started traveling internationally. We wanted them to learn about different countries and the cultures that are there. If you ever go to Pompeii, I recommend wearing comfortable shoes. There is a lot of walking. We also went to Prague, where we were able to allow the children to do some hands-on learning with animals, not just learning from a book, actually holding them and learning about different breeds of owls. We also learned about ancient games in Rome, and we did some deep thinking at the Louvre. We also taught them how animals help with the ecosystem, whether it's storks or goat hides in Germany. This is my son on a Paris subway. He walked in, found an empty seat, picked up the paper, and started reading it. I say we trained him well to be a good traveler. Long trips with children, they may be tough, and you may say it's hard. Well, what you can do is stimulate them with audio or visual, using iPads and music, or maybe just a day will wear them out and they'll take care of themselves. You can stop and smell the roses in Paris, France, or you can just feed some swans. My daughter's favorite place is France. She loves the culture there, the Eiffel Tower the most. And my son and daughter love the baths in Italy. They're getting so much cultural experience that it makes us happy. So you might say, traveling with young children is difficult because they're not going to remember the experience, where I say experiences build on one another. As well, you have pictures to show them later on in life, and you could see the beauty of everything through their eyes. So I always recommend traveling with children as often as you can. My favorite part and my daughter's favorite part is the food. We're both adventurous, thanks to Amy. We eat many different types of food and try different things. My wife has an infatuation with foreign food stores. She loves, the first thing we do when we go to different countries is check out the food stores, because they usually have more variety and fresher foods than they have here in the US. Now, to save money, we'll buy food at the grocery store, cook in our apartment, or plan picnics. We may eat out once per night or once every other night to save money and just do picnics. It's a lot cheaper. From macaroons to mussels, I think food is also a great educational experience, teaching them about the different foods and different cultures. So going back to going to Disney or traveling internationally, Amy is really awesome at doing a lot of research. And if you're flexible with when and how you can travel very cheaply and have more experiences and have a better life. Thank you.
All right. Questions? All right, Mr. Stan.
So I want to get Amy in the mix. Amy, so you're a connoisseur of foreign grocery stores. What's your favorite grocery store abroad?
They're all really good. Your message was wonderful, but it would torture me if I couldn't go to the food store because I just love to. It's definitely a different experience. In Germany they have wonderful food stores that are coming here, the Lidl markets and the Aldi. I like to go and just see the different products and see what different people eat. I think it's really interesting.
Oh, you're making it easy on me. All right.
How can you afford to travel with 4 people?
It's tough, that's mainly what we wanted to talk about, was that people think that traveling is very expensive. And it can be, as Josh pointed out earlier. If you go and have a specific time that you need to go and you have a specific destination in mind, it could be very expensive. But there's a lot of sites that you can subscribe to. There's Secret Flying, if you're on Facebook. So Secret Flying provides lots of different airfares that are inexpensive. We're going to Spain in 2 weeks for $300 round trip for everyone. So, and then when we get there, we don't stay in hotels. We stay at Airbnbs. So we split those costs with people that we travel with. So I travel with my mother and my father, and so we split that 50% with them. So we'll stay at an apartment for $100 per night and split that, and it's $50 per night.
Probably got time for one more. If anybody, any brave souls? If not, I do have one. That didn't work this time? Okay. But yeah, absolutely.
I do love international grocery stores, though. I just don't need to go to Food Lion.
I understand.
Yeah, I just want to say the national park, taking your kids around in the national park with the badges. My former neighbor is 35 years old, and she has all the badges, and she still goes around and gets the badges. And it was something she grew up with as a family, and it is also, promoting our parks. And I just commend you for doing that, because not enough people are going to the parks now. So I think that's an awesome idea.
Yeah, the national parks are an amazing thing that we have in this country. So if you can't afford to travel internationally with your children, then of course try to travel domestically. There are national parks right here in North Carolina, and there's no reason why every child in North Carolina has not been to any of them. So get out there and seek those opportunities for them, because every single child in school today is learning Common Core. And if you don't differentiate your child and their education, they're going to be the same as every single other person in the workforce when they get out there. So if you want your child to be different from any of their peers and to have different experiences and different viewpoints, you really need to get out there and do something different. It's up to you.